Powerless. It is a word that I think most people deplore, especially leaders, people who are built to be proactive, who love to take ownership, who have almost a sick desire to carry an enormous weight of responsibility on their shoulders. Situations that make us feel helpless and powerless can be some of the worst we can face. So what do you do when you're in a predicament, when you're in a problem, when you're inside of a situation that you can't avoid it, you can't change it, you don't have the power to make it go away or to wish it into what you want it to be? We will all face this, and we need a way to shift from feeling powerless to feeling powerful. Because there is always a way to return to the power of me, which is where I coach from all of my leaders, with the premise that there is always a way to return to a mindset and therefore emotions that drive thinking, that drive behaviors, that then begin to shift things into a direction that work for you. So how do you make these situations that could render you in this place where you think there's nothing I can do about this, and instead of going around and around and around the mental island of why and it should be this way, and why is it this way, that just ends up putting you on an island called stuck. So there's three ways, a three-step technique that is really simple, but it takes an intense amount of mental grit and self-control to move out of wanting to commiserate with yourself and wanting to dwell in the powerlessness, because even though that sounds weird, we all have a tendency to do that, to go through our rationale, to go through our logic, and to in a way feeling like that gives us power. Going through the argument again and again with ourselves about why and should, but it really doesn't, and it's non-productive. So what is productive? 3 steps: look, learn, and lead. And it's simple. It is not going to be complex because you're already in a complex situation. So the hack to get yourself to a higher place, to begin to move forward, has to be simple. And usually the greatest breakthroughs are anyway, right? So look. I like to build a toolkit of power words and phrases and power questions that can help me center inside of whatever situation it is, and then immediately use it as a rope to get higher and stronger. And one of those power questions is, how can I look at this situation? How can I look at this situation in a different way that will make me feel better about it? Because there is always another vantage point. There is always another vista to perceive it in a new way. And when you do that, when you're willing to do that, because sometimes that just takes you overcoming you. Again, moving out of that stuck island and why, and looking at all of the reasons, or looking into the past. Oh, it was this way, or into the future. Oh no, that means this and that. And to just look at it in a new way. And if you have difficulty with that, then find a coach, colleague, a mentor, someone who knows how to challenge you, who knows how to look at different dimensions and layers of a situation and help you get higher and help you access what influence do I possess in this situation. If I look at it through a new lens, can I regain my sense of power? The answer is yes. Always. You will be able to find something in that helps you feel better about it, or helps you see something that you gain, or see that it isn't as bad as you thought, or see an opportunity to use it to improve yourself, which is the next one. Learn. Every situation that makes you feel powerless, that is so intense and so frustrating and many times so emotional, there is an opportunity. If you step back and regain objectivity, you can learn from it. It's telling you something about yourself. It's telling you something about your ecosystem. It's giving you a gift. Can you find it? And it's really important that you are able to push through the layers of defensiveness, push through the layers of frustration, to look through a sober eye. And again, that may involve someone who needs to help you do that if you're too close to it. But what can I learn? What is this telling me about me that I need to improve, that I need to elevate and take higher? Every situation that comes to you as a trial or a hardship or just a problem, refuse to let it leave your life until it makes you better. And then the last one, lead. Find a way to lead. Go into this front foot forward, not reluctant or having to be pulled or sort of quiet and caved in or resentful, arms crossed kind of mentality. Really ask yourself, what can I do if I just step forward into this situation and I lead into this? Even though it's not what I asked for and it's not what I wanted, how could I make the best of this? And a lot of times it looks like, how can I help someone else through this? Because most of the time these situations don't just affect us. How can I lead through this to help make this easier, to help make this change possible? Even if I don't want it and I don't agree with it, how can I lead to help other people? And also, what progress can I make today, right where I stand? Progress from the present, not in what it could be or should be or going back to Y Island, but really, what is today? A decision I can make, an action that I can take. There's something there that will return you to feeling like you are in the driver's seat, not the caboose, not the tail, getting back to being, to feeling powerful. There is something that I can do. There always is in a situation if you're willing to look differently, learn from everything, and then lead into it. Front foot forward, not reluctant, not frustrated or because I have to, but because you have decided that you are going to set a model and an example for others and what good looks like in bad situations. And it sounds simple, but those 3 steps, trust me, it works. It will shift you from powerless to powerful and show other people how it's done.